idea is also to focus a little bit more on the old Segovia repertoire.
Yeah, only not on the Segovia repertoire, but also his way how to see the music, you know, and his way how he actually was making the sound, and this everything, and I really respect this man, you know, and well, there is always a discussion between the musicians, between the guitarists, you know, or you have to keep the fingerings of Segovia or not, and so I am a person who try to live without the opinion, you know, and the energy which you use for the opinion to use more for the attention, to be attended, to be concentrated on things which you are doing, and so in this case, you know, of course, everybody is free. Everybody has right to project himself, his own music ability, his own music vision. That I think it's in fantasy, creativity. You know, I mean, the music without the creativity, it has no sense. You know, we are not machines. But I remember always one story which I heard from my dear friend Eli Kastner, who was listening once workshop with the Segovia, and there was a student playing the one piece, I think it was Tanzmann piece. And I think Alexander Tanzmann was in that time also on this lesson, you know. And Segovia, while he was listening, this student playing, and student was using the different ideas and different fingerings, you know. The Segovia said, "Why you are not using my fingering?" And the student say, "Well, am I not allowed to do it?" And he say, "No, because this music is composed not only for me, but it's also composed through me, you know." And he asked Alexander Tanzmann if it's true, and Alexander said, yes, it is true. So I mean, there is some point which I, by Segovia repertoire, always agree with Segovia, you know, that his vision is the original vision, and at least we should learn. We should learn first this vision before you start to add yourself what you have to do. Like anyway in the music, you know, when we learn the piece, we should first to learn everything what is on the paper, and then make music. Which is they are not my words, they are the words of Beethoven. Yeah? We cannot learn to play pieces just from the paper. It is impossible. The music is on the paper, not on the paper. We have just the text and form and this, but the music is in the sound, and we have, when we play the music of the 19th century, we have, or Baroque music, we have to learn a lot about the style. Yes, about the style. So if you play the music which is connected to Italian style, which means very much bel canto style, it's not bad to listen to bel canto singers, right? Because even I mentioned again the Czerny and Beethoven, even they were always telling to students, listen to good singers, right? Listen how they make the phrases, how they make the ornaments, how they connect, how they make legato. Yeah, so very often you see the score of the singer, what he is singing, and it's very different than what is on the paper. And it's still beautiful. We have now a lot of devices about this, the way how they were making the music. By guitar, it's of course also the other problem, because very often the guitar composers and guitarists in the same person, of course, they were not allowed to publish the pieces in the same way how they played it, because it was simply too difficult for the amateurs to perform it. So they were asked very often to simplify things. Yes, And this is again the one excuse for me, you know, or excuse, let's say, reason, excuse, I don't know what to say, why excuse? Just a reason, or to listen also something else than my previous teachers, or what the people around say, or what is on the paper, but to listen my inner voice, which is inside, which we call music fantasy. Yes, music fantasy, and also something what I think is very important, the intuition. You know, I really believe very much that we have so many informations inside of us. Many informations are inside. Yes, and it's fantastic when you feel some phrase making like this, you know, and making this rubato, or you can make this ornament, and finally you speak some great musicians, or you read the books from that period, and they are telling the same, you know. And I think it's really something what is like the brotherhood between us and between the generations 100 years ago, that they felt the things like we do now. Still, it's something very, very beautiful. So I always try not only listen my intuitions, but also read about the music, you know. Read about music.